Hey there, it's Diane Forster. Welcome to Love It, Thank It, Bring It. This is our weekly webinar series where we live the I Have Today way with passion and purpose, living intentionally, fulfilled in every area of our life, every day of our life. And I want to welcome you. If this is the first time you're here, thank you for joining us. There's a chat box. I would love to know that you're here, so please put in your name and tell me where you're from and any questions or comments in there. And I'm going to be looking in two places because I'm doing the webinar here live, but I'm also live on Facebook on my business page at I Have Today with Diane Forster. So this week's topic is you are so worth it. Oh, I lost my Facebook connection. Oh, well, let's see if we can just bear with me 1 second. Let me see if I can still get it to go. I hope you don't mind. Sorry about this. It's buffering. Oh, hey, Morgan. Welcome. Good morning. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. This topic's going to be really, really fun and really good. So thank you for being here. All right. And I see a few more of you in there, so you're hiding behind the scenes. That's totally okay. I don't mind. But anyway, I'm going to keep going. The Facebook connection, we lost it. So I'm strictly going to look here at this camera today. So here we go. Okay. So the topic is you are so worth it. And what I did this week is a little different than I do every week. You know, I decided that I wanted to devote this whole show today to the issue of lack of self-worth because it is so epidemic in our world, particularly with women. The lack of self-esteem, the self-doubt, the self-worth, that's a tongue twister, self-confidence really has a massive effect, and we need to expose it, talk about it, find out why that is. And I want to empower you to let you know just how valuable you are and how worthy you are of every damn thing that you want in this world, and that you are limited by nothing. The only thing that limits us is our limiting beliefs. So we need to get rid of those. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lot of reading today. Normally I do a lot of talking, but I pulled most of this stuff out of the book, which if you don't have my book, you can get it. I Have Today, Find Your Passion, Purpose, and Smile. Finally, it's available at Amazon. Just search I Have Today, and there it is. And it's, you know, one click, you can purchase it. And then also, if you're there, you might want to buy my 90-day journal too, the Love It, Thank It, Bring It 90-day journal. That's also there. In fact, hang on, let me grab it. Oh, yeah, I got a copy right here. Got a copy right here. So this is what it looks like. So this is a 90-day journal. It's filled with inspirational quotes and different things in there, but that's available as well. So if you're going to write in a journal, which I highly recommend that you do, you may as well write in something pretty, right? So anyway, so we'll be doing a content straight from the book today. All right. So let's see. Okay. So another reason why I wanted to do this is when I am working with my clients, and women in general. Now, this is not all of them, but this is the majority of them. I hear their stories of struggle in their lives related to men, related to relationships, related to careers, work issues, family issues, parenting issues, and on and on. And the glaring piece of information that is common with all of that is it stems from a lack of self-worth. You know, if they had more, if they gave themselves more value and worthiness and had greater level of confidence, they wouldn't allow many of those issues to even play a role in their lives. So, you know, it got me thinking about it, that the one common denominator that everyone I work with has is a piece of that, right? And certainly me too. I mean, we all have it. So it's something, even though I'm extremely confident in a lot of ways, I still have issues related around self-worth, and I have to work on that as well. So it's a reminder for me as well as it is for you, but it's definitely worth us talking about. So what I see is they have no idea how worthy they are, and that the realization of this is really what created my mission statement and my mission of being determined to empower women who suffer from lack of self-worth to instead discover their divinity, their purpose, and their power, because we are so powerful and we forget that. So women feel subordinate. They feel incomplete in many ways, inadequate. They feel like second-class citizens. They feel like they're nothing if they don't have a man or children. That's huge. And women are so hard on themselves. And guys, oh, hey, Alicia, I'm so happy you made it too. So happy. Thanks for being here. You know, and if guys, you're on here too, this is for you too. And I don't want to exclude you. I'm definitely not doing that, but I really want to focus this on women because of the number of women clients that I have and what I've experienced. And I'm frankly a woman. So I know a lot of where they come from because I've been there myself. So I thought it was worth exploring. I believe that the reason why women feel this way is because of old paradigms, old programming that's been passed down through generations. I mean, look at the different cultures and societies over the years, over the centuries, and women's role in it. And it's a lot of that stuff is here and it's programmed here. So if women, I believe if women knew just how powerful they are, and they discovered it, that they would use their strength and their intelligence in a much more profound way. And by doing that, I believe the world that we live in would be created so much more with, it would be so much more rich in love and harmony. But what happens is when we feel those feelings of insecurity and doubt, that instead creates feelings of jealousy, the disconnection, and competitiveness. And that's not the way we want to live. You know, we want to live harmoniously and support each other. And here's the thing. Women rock. Women are so cool. Women are multi-talented, multifaceted, multitasking, multidimensional. I mean, we are capable of doing so many things at once, which is incredible. And women are the greatest leaders in the world. And think about this. We mother, we teach, we nurture. Women are the most powerful creators. I mean, we birth life, for crying out loud. You know, we're such powerful creators. I mean, that is the definition of creator, next to God. I mean, think about that. It's called Mother Nature and all of that. I mean, we are so incredibly powerful. So ladies, I'm talking to you. How can I enlighten you to and empower you to know just how worthy you are of your existence, of your place on earth? You chose to be here. You chose this time, space, reality to be here. I don't know what your religious beliefs are or your spiritual beliefs, but it was a decision for you to come. It was all intentional. You're meant to be here. So what do you want to do with your time, your limited time on this planet? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to give you 3 steps to help create awareness of your worthiness. Okay. And again, this is straight from my book. All right. Step 1, empowering you through affirmations. So I talk about affirmations a lot. I have a lot of affirmations. I offer out a lot of affirmations. In fact, in my system, the I Have Today system, that's my online coaching program, and that's Find Your Passion, Purpose, and Smile in 90 Days or Less. I have over 150 affirmation statements in there. I have 52 love it statements, 52 thank it statements, and 52 bring it statements, and they all build on each other. And you know I do that every week on this webinar as well. I always give you a love it, thank it, and bring it statement. But in the system, I have 52 of each, very powerful, that build on each other. So what I want to say about this is empowerment is everything. It is everything. And we as women tend to take a back seat in our lives and put the needs of everybody else's in front of our own. And that leaves us feeling drained, depleted, exhausted. You know, we don't have the energy for ourselves because we're so busy serving other people. And that takes us so much further away from our strength and our power. Oh, hey, Claire. Okay. I'll try and get it done by 11:30. Claire's here and she's here for 30 minutes. So I'm so happy to have you here. So anyway, with all of that depletion comes the self-defeating negative conversations that we start to have with ourselves. You know what I'm talking about. Why do we talk about ourselves this way? We are divine, amazing, wonderful beings, but the things we say to ourselves are horrible. Horrible. We say things like we're not smart enough, we're not good enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not thin enough, we're not worthy enough, we're not deserving, we're ugly, we're fat, we'll never lose this weight, we'll never meet a man, we'll never be happy, we'll never have the things in our lives that we want to have. And we have got to stop talking to ourselves this way. So the affirmations will help with that. When you're working with affirmations, you're reprogramming your brain to empower yourself. So when you say things, which I'm going to go through, I'm going to give you them here. But when you start to talk to yourself that way on a regular basis, it anchors, it gets in there. And then you find yourself saying it to, it just pops into your mind. So anyway, the self-dialogue, whether you speak it out loud or even just to yourself, is having a ripple effect on everyone in your life, including and especially your children. And your children are sponges. They look up to you. They are listening and watching everything you say and do. And that is going to have a profound effect on them. So it's really important to be careful and watch the words you use and the things that you say and the thoughts that you're having about yourself that are disempowering. It's incumbent upon you to empower yourself with words like, I am worthy. I am a goddess. I am divine. Affirming words like that over and over and over again helps, in every day. And what it does is eventually you start believing it. You do start believing it, but they can be really powerful, but you have to make sure that you're using the right ones, because if you're not using something that you believe, your subconscious is going to go, yeah, right. That's not true. And, I'm not buying it. So, you have to use ones that resonate with you, which is why I created so many in the I Have Today system. I really thought about them and I made sure that they built on each other, which I'm going to offer up the system at the end of the webinar for you if you're interested in it. So usually what I do at the end of the webinar is I list the affirmation statements, but I'm going to do it now since it's so relevant to what we're doing. So the Love It affirmation statement is this: I am so empowered. I am so empowered. I'm so empowered. Thank it is, I am so grateful for my empowerment. I mean, you are so strong. Be grateful for how strong you are. Do you remember when I said last week or the week before? I can't remember. I'm getting all my weeks mixed up, about Bob Proctor saying that we have more energy in our hands than is needed to light up an entire city. That's how powerful we are. Imagine the worlds we can create. We women goddesses. Okay. And then the bring it statement is, I have rocket ship power, because you do. You have the ability to change your life in a day, in a nanosecond, if you believe it. If you have the will and the belief in it, you can do anything. You can move mountains. So those are the three statements. Let me say them again. Love it is. Oh, hey there, it's Diane Forster, and it's Wednesday, Hang on. July 12th, delete. And we are about to go live. We just went live again on the webinar. Sorry, you guys. Hang on. With Diane Forster. I don't know how to shut it off. Okay. I'm going to delete it here. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Technology, live technology. Woo. We're having fun, right? Okay. So let me repeat them again. Love it is, I am so empowered. Thank it is, I am so grateful for my empowerment. And bring it is, I have rocket ship power. Okay. So I found personally for myself, the more that I affirm, the more the empowerment flows to me and through me. And it's good. And then I start to really own that power, and know who I am. So the same will happen for you. And, another thing is, it's going to help you figure out what it is you're willing to do and not to do, and what you're willing to put up with and not put up with. And it's also going to help you to be selfish in a really good way, which I'll get further in, because that's one of the steps. And it's not something to feel guilty about or bad about. You know, your devoting this time to you and being this way does not deprive anybody of anything else. In fact, it actually allows you the capacity to give more to others. So I just want you to know that you're not taking away from other people by doing this work for you. You're not taking away time from your kids or energy from your kids or your family or your spouse or anything. You're actually going to have the capacity to give more. I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right. Step number 2 is to create healthy boundaries. And this is another element in connecting with your power and your worthiness, is to create healthy boundaries. And one way to do this is to get really comfortable saying no in a really healthy way to people. You know, we have to learn to say, we have to learn how to say no to, sorry, my phone, to more people in a healthy way. And I'm going to cite a couple examples here on how to do that. Okay. There's many ways to do it in a healthy way to the people in your life without causing any negative feelings. If you don't want to do something, for heaven's sakes, do not do it. Be less willing to say yes right away and allow yourself the proper amount of time to process a request before responding. Okay, so 2 examples of this. All right, let's say you're in an argument with your mom. A great way to create a safe boundary there is, you know, if she's coming at you, and again, all this is from the book. If she's coming at you and she just is being relentless and she wants to continue this confrontation or this argument or whatever this issue is, you can just politely say to her, I hear you, Mom. I appreciate where you're coming from. I really do, but I can't take this on right now. And while I appreciate and respect you, what you're going through and where you're coming from, I hope you will do the same for me and appreciate where I'm coming from right now. I just need a little space and a little bit of time. Maybe we can talk about this later or at another time under different circumstances. I'm happy to do that. But right now, I have to respect my own feelings. Okay? Very difficult to argue with that. It's just laced with respect for one another, and all you're making it about is your feelings, and you're owning your own power in that. It's not saying anything negative about her. It's showing her respect, but it's showing respect for yourself. Okay, another example is, so something may sound good in the moment, like, oh God, that sounds like a really good idea. And then in retrospect, upon further reflection of it, you realize maybe not such a good idea to do that. I wish I hadn't said yes to that, you know, but then you're committed. And then how do you get out of that in a respectful way? So here's what you do. You, instead of instinctively saying yes, learn to say no in a respectful way, simply by saying, you know what, I appreciate your offer or your request or your invitation or whatever that may be, but I'd just like a little time to think about it. You know, maybe it's, you know, I need to go check my calendar, or I need to check my schedule, or I need to check with my spouse or something like that, but don't commit right away. Give yourself a little bit of time to think about it, even if it's just, you know, a few minutes, or maybe it's a day where you can actually process that and really think about it. And, you know, I know you talk a lot about this, about, you know, the 3 minds, our head, our heart, our gut, and, you know, wherever you feel something, you know, that's your answer. And that's telling you yes or no. For me, yes, it's in my heart. No, it's in my gut. So I really try and make my decisions based on those areas. But sometimes you just do need to think, depending on what the circumstances are. If you've got a lot of outside influences going on, that can really affect your decision-making skills in that moment. So I encourage you to think before you speak. You know, give yourself an opportunity to really think about if that's something you want to do, because that's your precious time and it's a perishable commodity. We do not get it back. So you want to be able to, you know, you want to be using your time as valuable, that's serving you. That's, you know, in par with your self-respect and your self-worth. So you're worth taking the time to create that space where you can process things and not overreact. I'm just reading right now. When you give yourself time and space, the situation also dissipates. If it's a confrontation or it's an issue. In fact, I had something that happened to me yesterday, and I had to just take a little break, and I needed a little time to process it. And that's all I needed. You know, that's what I needed. So that was owning my power. That was very empowering for me. So That's number two. Let me add one more thing to this. So whenever possible, you want to be asking yourself these questions in any given situation. Do I really want to be doing this? Will this bring me happiness and fulfillment? Am I doing this out of a sense of obligation? So ask yourself those three questions. And by asking yourself, you're going to start to recognize patterns of where you're doing things that don't honor your boundaries. And the lines will become clearer. All right. So that's step number two, create healthy boundaries. Okay. Step number three is be selfish in a really good way. I love being selfish. And I write about it in the book. There's no better thing in the world than being selfish. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's serving self. It's putting you first. This is a stretch for many women because we have become so accustomed to serving the needs of others first. So when we're selfishly loving ourselves, caring for ourselves, nurturing ourselves, we will be emanating radiance, happiness, and joy. I am telling you, the way you show up is so magnetic, and it's electrifying when you put yourself first. My selfishness, as I call it, is my routine in the morning, my 5 to 7 routine, although some days it's 6 to 8, and actually today it was 7 to 9. My 2-hour window, I was up till midnight last night, so I needed a little sleep, so I slept till 6. But I have my 2-hour me time. It's my nurture, my spirit, mind, and body time. That's meditation, that's journaling, and that's working out. So what does that look like for you? What do you need to do to be serving you and being selfish in a really good way, to know your worthiness and your value? Okay. So, when you are selfishly loving yourself and doing all those things, you're going to start to feel better. You really are. You need to put yourself first. So that's the definition of being selfish in a really good way. It means figuring out how you can serve you first, above everyone and everything else, so that your heart, your soul, and your energy tank are full and ready to take on whatever may come to you during the day. So by putting yourself first, your level of self-worth is going to skyrocket. I promise you, it will over time. Your confidence will, everything that I've talked about over the weeks, your confidence, your self-esteem, your decision-making skills, the way you function in your life, in your day, the way you respond to people versus react to people. It's all tied in together. So be as selfish as you can be. Then go conquer the world, because the world needs you. We need your special gifts. So I can't say enough about the force of being an empowered person. It's your birthright. It is who you are. It is your essence. Do not discount it. Please do not. Do not play small in your life. When you play small, you deprive the world of your greatness, and we need your greatness. You need to play big. You need to be fearless. You need to shine bright. You have got to be the biggest, boldest version of yourself as possible. And that takes empowerment and knowing your true worth. Okay. So the quote for this week, and then I'll talk about the offer. I want to talk about something special I've been doing. Okay. The quote is from Brene Brown. Love her, love her, love her. When you get to a place where you understand that love and belonging, your worthiness, is a birthright and not something you have to earn, anything is possible. So with that said, that's the content. And let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put up my offer. Oh, hey, look at all you guys there. I see you all in the room. I'm waving to you. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. All right. So what I'm offering up is my I Have Today system. Okay. This is my 90 days or less program. It's an online coaching program, and it is all based on the teachings in I Have Today. And it's teaches you all about love it, think it, bring it, how to live intentionally. And it is so chock full of value. I have over 40 topics on there, 40 modules. It sounds a lot, but it's not. They're bite-sized. You see how I get through stuff right away? That's how they are. Some of them are 2 minutes. You know, they're quick, but they're really powerful, impactful, and they take on 40 different topics related to your life. So what I do is I teach you my guided meditation, my rainbow breath meditation. I show you exactly how to do it. So for those of you who don't meditate or have trouble meditating, this is a great way, because not only will you be meditating and start to really have that benefits of meditation showing up in your life, while you're doing the meditation, you're breathing, you're lighting up your chakras. So you're sending healing oxygen to your body and healing energy to every single cell in your body. It's a very, very powerful. It's an awesome meditation. And then I show you the rainbow ribbon of healing, that meditation, and that is also healing. And you can not only do that on yourself, I do that on other people as well. So I show you how to do that. I teach you my 3 levels of forgiveness, so important. I teach you my emotional energy diffusers, how that simple 3-step process is so anchored in my mind, it shows up all the time, and how you can get rid of fear, doubt, anxiety, worry, regret, shame, just by following that process. And then I do many, many, many other things. But what's in there, like I said, is the 52 love it, thank it, bring it statements, the affirmation statements that all build on each other. But I also have bonus lessons and modules, and I have 2 chants on there, the I love you chant and the I forgive you chant. They are so powerfully healing. I'm telling you, it sends loving energy to every cell in your body and ripples it out to the world, to everyone. And the same thing with the forgiveness one. Forgiveness gets rid of all that ick and muck in your body, and it sends forgiveness to every cell in your body, which is so healing. Self-healing is huge, and it ripples it out to the rest of the world. And then, you know, all the other lessons, you know, about empowerment, being selfish in a really good way, communicating without getting emotional, so many other things, finding your sanctuary, and of course, finding your passion and finding your purpose, obviously. But like this, 3 steps, easy, boom, boom, boom. I'm all about ease and flow for you. So what I want to offer today, and why I really want to encourage you to do this is over a $4,000 value with this, because, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, and you get a complimentary strategy session with me. If you are my client already and you want to do this, I'll give you a bonus session with it. And what I'm doing is I started volunteering at Stand Up for Kids, a few months ago. And I don't know if you know the organization or not, but it's a nonprofit organization that started in 1990. And what it does is it empowers homeless teens and street kids to make something of their lives. So it's a supportive community. There's a bunch of different ways to donate and contribute. I actually go there and I you know, work with the kids, serve the kids meals. You know, they come in, they have different issues and challenges. We talk about them, and I help them. They get new clothes. They get a place. They get a warm meal. They get a hot shower. They get to wash their clothes if they want to, get new clothes. But they get other skills and tools and things there as well. So it's a phenomenal organization. I love being a part of it. And if you buy the I Have Today system today, 50% of the proceeds are going to Stand Up for Kids. So not only are you doing something good for you by clicking on the link and taking advantage of this amazing system, that's me talking to you. It's like we're sitting together having a cup of coffee, and but you're giving to these kids. There's 17 locations now throughout the country, but it started here in San Diego, so I'm lucky that I get to work there. So I encourage you, do this, give yourself the gift of this, and give this gift to these amazing kids. Their stories are unbelievable. I mean, they come in, you know, some of them have babies. They're 19 years old with babies. It's heartbreaking, but I love giving back. So you get to give back too. I get to give you this gift, and then you get to give the gift to them. So isn't that awesome? So that is the webinar for the week. Look, it's 11:29, Claire. Hey. Next week's topic is, oh my God, I love it. It's called Smocus. Do you know how to smocus? Focus on small goals. So we all have these big grand goals all the time, but we get mired in the muck and get lost and confused and overwhelmed because we have these big dreams. So we got to break them down to the small ones, because when you hit the small ones, that's when you're able to reach the big goals. So I call that a term that Smocus. So that's this week's webinar. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me click back over to the chat, see if there's anything there. Let's see. Oh, hey guys. Thank you so much for being here, all you beautiful beings. I love every single one of you. You are angels. You are so powerful. You are so worthy. Please know how worthy you are. Your self-worth is everything. You know, do whatever you need to do to build up your confidence. Anyway, you're so worth it. I love you, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Bye.